Hamilton has 7 new watches out. Let's talk about it. But first, I'm not a watch expert, I'm just a watch nerd. If you have any notes, anything to add, please pop it in the comments. Also, everything I say is just my opinion. It is not representative of any company or any organization. It's purely for entertainment purposes, okay? Hamilton. So Hamilton is known for a lot of really cool designs. We like Hamilton on this channel, and they've got a really great history of good watches in the skies. For example, Hamilton timed the first ever US mail flight in 1918. Did you know that, Terry?
I did not know that, actually.
Yeah, they timed the first ever US mail flight in 1918, just as they were responsible for the timing of the US railways. And today, well, a few days ago, 3-4 days ago, Hamilton unveiled 7 new Khaki Aviation pilot references. It's a whole new collection to merge the thrill of exploration with pilot's watches. So one of the cool new things in this watch, just as they put in the new Khaki Field Expedition, this watch has a new Nivacron balance spring, so a type of silicon. That means this new watch is highly magnetism resistant, which is really, really cool. What's more is every single one in this collection uses grade X1 Swiss Super Luminova for amazing clarity in low light environments. The Super Luminova is only applied though to a indice at 12, 3, 6, 9, and then also there is an element of it on each of the 3 hands as well, because it's a 3-hander. So obviously it's a pilot's watch. It's meant for zooming across the skies. But what's also really cool is it's got a high level of water resistance, which is 100 meters. So not like super high level, but it's same as like a Rolex Explorer. It's a good expedition watch. Explorer 1, that is. When it comes to the design of this watch, it's similar to other watches, some of the other watches in Hamilton's pilot lineup that we've come to sort of know and love. For example, the Pilot Pioneer. It reminds me somewhat of that. So the watch this probably looks the most familiar with is a watch that's actually been in the Hamilton collection for a while, which is the Khaki Aviation Pilot Day Date Auto. That's been in the collection for a while, that's 42mm. And it's got an hour track in the middle of the dial, 1 to 12, of course. And then on the outside, it's actually got a full minute track with each of the hour markers numbering 5, 10, 15. You get what I mean. These new references are a little bit simplified, and I don't mind that. It's really cool. So out of the 7 references, there's 3 42mm ones. The 42mm references differentiate themselves not just in size against the 4 36mm references, because that's how many there are, by actually having a day and a date, but in a more Seiko 5 sport type configuration rather than the day along the top like the watch I just mentioned. The rest of the configuration of the dial is exactly the same as the old Day Date Auto, but they've just adjusted it a bit. But what else is there with this watch in these references? So, as I've mentioned, there are 3 42mm versions. There is a green dial, which is really, really nice, with a brown leather strap. Bet that'd be really cool on what, Terry?
I reckon a NATO strap.
NATO strap, yes, we love NATO straps
They not
on this channel.
They not gone with our idea of just sticking all their watches on NATOs yet?
No, they haven't. There's NATO options on these watches. NATO options, just don't learn. Fantastic watches though, I have to make that clear, okay? There is a white dial variant with a lighter brown strap. There is a blue dial variant with a steel bracelet. That's really cool. And in the 36mm variations, there are a dark sort of steel blue, which is really cool actually. There's a black on a steel bracelet. There's a white with a white leather. There's a white dial, white leather. And then there's also like a bronze dial steely blue with a pink leather. So these watches are powered by the Hamilton Caliber H10, which is a modified version of the ETA 2824-2. And because they've sort of lowered its operating frequency to 21,600 vibrations per hour, 3 hertz, means they're actually able to get 80 hours of power reserve out of this. Fun fact, it uses the same base movement as the Tissot Powermatic 80. It's just Hamilton do different adjustments to it than Hamilton. So fun fact. Plus, obviously, the new balance spring is going to give this an awesome level of magnetism resistance. Tell a lie, so not all 7 of these watches are using that Caliber H10 movement. The larger 42mm versions are actually using a slightly different movement, which is the Caliber H30. Uses the same base movement, uses the same operating frequency, has the same power reserve. It's just one features a dual day-date display at 3 o'clock, one doesn't. That's the only difference. So the 42mm variants are 12.1mm thick with a lug width of 20mm. That's got a big thumbs up from me. I really like that. That's really appealing. And the 36mm versions have a thickness of 11.15mm and a lug width of 18mm. Again, really nice dimensions. I'm a fan of this lineup with one caveat. I think they've nailed pricing on it actually. All of the variants on a bracelet, £990. I think that's quite good. All of the variants on leather are £915. And we are talking Great British pounds. I really like all the 42mm versions. My favourite's the green. I think that's awesome. And I really like the 36mm variants on steel bracelets. I love the cases and the dials of the 36mm versions on leather. But in 36mm, those watches are only available on either a white leather or a sort of very light pink leather. And I love the case, I love the dial of these watches, especially that like dark blue steel dial on the 36 with the bronze case. I think that's really cool. Oh, it's actually, no, it's not bronze. It's rose gold PVD coated, which is actually even cooler. And the fact it's actually the same price. Well, actually, no, it's £990, the rose gold case. Let me correct that. But then they put a pink strap on it. This is my only complaint I've had talking about Hamilton on this channel thus far, is not having those straps and bracelet options. Hamilton is an amazing brand with amazing versatility, great pricing. They make some really cool straps. They make some really cool bracelets and everything. I just wish. Oh, and everything uses a standard lug width as well. I just wish there was some way of not having these bad limiting options on these watches. Imagine releasing a really nice looking watch but only having a pink leather strap option. Love the watch, not so keen on those strap options on just 2 of the references. This release has got a big, very slightly tentative thumbs up from me. Like the price, like the references, it's just those straps aren't my cup of tea and I wish that they had other options. What do you think, Terry?
I agree with that. You need to go down the NATO option again.
Not even NATO. For example, a brown or a black leather with the rose gold PVD plating. A black leather option. Or instead of the white leather strap with the white dial, why didn't they have a light brown leather like they've got on the white dial 42mm option?
White leather does seem like a strange choice.
For a watch that's 100 meters water resistant and everything, it's
going to get dirty.
It's going to get very dirty very quickly. But again, that's my only complaint about this release. More choice is never a bad thing. I love choice, and you pick some weird things to include your watches on sometimes. Not a complaint, just not my personal taste. And again, my opinion. If you like this release, click that like button, click the subscribe, click that bell icon if you want to see more of our videos, and most importantly, Terry,
watch yourself.
Watch yourselves.